Welcome to part number 3. Okay, I want to get started, now what? Hello and congratulations for requesting this eye-opening and detailed report. It will explain exactly what you must know and what actions you'll need to take in order to quickly begin generating a new stream of income with your new home business. Not everybody makes it this far, so you are to be complimented, because it shows you are willing to take the steps needed in order to financially protect yourself and your family. Before we dig into the specific details, I want you to be confident in knowing that you will get the answers to the 3 most important questions you need to be asking yourself at this point. How does it work? Is it simple? Can I do it? This report is not just a bunch of fluff or mere philosophy. Inside these pages, you will see the exact steps you will need to take if you are going to achieve your goal of generating a large, dependable stream of income with your new home business. A quick overview of our profession. Here's a simple truth bomb, but one that seems to frustrate, confuse, and bewilder many people. In fact, there are some who could find the following statement to be controversial and may even attempt to dispute it. But that doesn't stop it from still being true. Network marketing has been proven, time and time again, to be the ultimate financial shortcut for achieving personal wealth. Network marketing has massive advantages over nearly every other way to make one's fortune. It doesn't require large cash investments or getting into debt up to your eyeballs or having costly overhead. There is no inventory to buy, maintain, track, store, and ship. You don't need fancy facilities or large numbers of employees. You don't need advanced degrees or formal schooling. You don't need a particular employment background or type of work experience to get started. And the list goes on and on. You also have significant advantages that simply do not exist with most other opportunities. These days, with many MLM companies, you truly have a worldwide marketplace. You also have a huge demand for what you offer, a demand that is constantly growing. As anyone can plainly see, now more than ever before, there is an increasing number of people who are actively seeking legitimate ways to make money from home. The flip side, let's be real. I want to get this out of the way early. It's important to be real and for us not to engage in fantasy. Let's talk about the flip side of the coin. Network marketing also has an incredibly high rate of failure. There, I said it. Too many people approach this profession like the lazy man's way to riches. They buy into fairy tales like the product sells itself, or that it's all about positioning and you don't need to recruit, or that success will be easy. The sad fact of life is that most people completely and totally misunderstand the true power behind this business model. As a result, they bomb. They become utter failures and then badmouth the profession. By the way, I'll share what the misunderstood power is later on in this report. But first, let's get clear on a couple of things. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a business with rules that must be followed and procedures that must be learned and applied. In order to be successful here, one must gain some new skills and take the time to properly develop them. Over and above the new income you can generate, learning these skills will result in you having more self-confidence, being less stressed, becoming a better communicator, being a more respected leader, and many more positive attributes. Why our business model has achieved massive success worldwide. Often, the best way to grasp something new is to compare it to something already familiar to you. What was the best hamburger you ever ate? Seriously. Think about it for a second and have an answer in your mind. Maybe it was your mom's hamburger, or an In-N-Out burger, or some burger at a restaurant you love, or at a cookout or barbecue. You got it? Good. Here's what I'm betting you did not say. McDonald's. Here's the point. Something doesn't have to be the best in order for it to become the best-selling. McDonald's may not have the best burgers, but what they do have is the best burger-selling system. Stop and think about that for a moment. And they're not alone. Domino's Pizza does many billions in sales each year. Do they have the best pizza? No, but once again, what they have is an amazing pizza selling system. With a properly working system, you only have to follow it, not create it. The heavy lifting has already been done for you. Having a good system in place is why a 19-year-old kid can open up a Chick-fil-A restaurant in the morning and then supervise a small team as hundreds of customers are fed. An interesting but little-known fact is that in the course of its long history, network marketing has been directly responsible for creating the popularity of many products and services that have become a part of everyday life, including but not limited to concentrated detergents, vitamins, protein powder, many nutritional supplements, the high-protein, low-carb diet, plastic containers to hold food, water filtration, phone cards, discount telephone services, deregulated television services, deregulated electric service, essential oils, term life insurance, crowdfunding, and many, many more. It is a remarkable truth that the above-mentioned products and services were first popularized with the general public through network marketing. An efficient and profitable business system. Network marketing utilizes an extraordinarily efficient and profitable business model for the mass distribution of products and services. Our direct distribution system bypasses most of the middlemen that are found in traditional retail marketing. We eliminate nearly all the corporately paid media advertising. Instead, the amount usually earmarked for product advertising is paid out in commissions and bonuses to independent representatives. You see, we employ the single most effective advertising of all, word of mouth. Look it up. The statistics on the overwhelming effectiveness of WOM advertising will astound you. The network marketing business model also eliminates most of the costs associated with the traditional distribution chain, i.e. from manufacturers to warehouses, then to local distributors, then to stores, and finally to the end consumer. Instead, ours is a direct consumer business model. Once again, the amounts normally earmarked for those traditional expenses becomes available to pay out in commissions and bonuses to people like you. With network marketing, a representative, rep, also commonly called a distributor, connects directly with the consumer. The parent company handles all the rest. The company collects the order electronically, processes it along with the payments, and then ships the product to the customer. The company does all the payment processing, inventory control, shipping, warehousing, delivery, and even all the accounting, and then sends the commissions and bonuses directly to you for acquiring a customer. All you did was introduce a new customer or a new rep, and the company handles all the fulfillment. As long as that customer continues to order product, usually monthly, you will be paid again and again for work you did just that one time. How does it work? Network marketing is a simple business, but that is not the same as being easy. If you've ever played golf, you know that the idea of hitting a small ball with a club in order to make it go into a hole is a very simple idea. If you're a golfer, you know it's not easy. There are a few key concepts you will need to understand in order to become successful with network marketing. The first key is the idea of duplication. This is a very important concept. Duplication means you must adhere to a system that the majority of the other people who join your team can duplicate. It's kind of like a game of follow the leader that you may have played as a child. Here, the goal is to have many people on your team who each do a little, rather than you trying to do a lot on your own. Being able to do a lot is not something everybody can do. It takes a higher level of skill and determination. But being able to do a little is something most people can do. The goal is to keep the process and the tasks simple enough that most people will be able to perform them, rather than attempting things that requires people who have some special background or education. You must learn to keep the tasks and the process for accomplishing those tasks simple and easy to follow. Is it simple? You've heard of the KISS principle. It stands for Keep It Simple, Sweetheart, or Keep It Short and Sweet. To achieve success with your home business, you only need to do 7 simple things. Here's what we do. Number 1, we talk to people. Number 2, we invite some of them to look at our presentation materials. Number 3, we follow up to see who has looked and who hasn't. Number 4, we sort the ones who are interested from the ones who are not. Number 5, we enroll the ones who are interested in our products and our business. Number 6, we help new members get started by using our products the right way. Number 7, we help members who also want to generate income to learn these steps. Then, we repeat the steps. Those are your 7 steps to success. Learn the steps. It's like dancing. You must learn the steps. Anybody can do it. The better you know the steps, the better you will perform. If you've ever watched the TV show Dancing with the Stars, you've seen them take complete novices and over the course of a few weeks, turn them into competitive dancers regardless of their background. While not everyone can be a champion, every single contestant on the show demonstrates observable improvement from when they first started. That's because they learned the steps and were coached on how to perform them better. You can learn the steps too. What this business is not. Why do some people say they don't want to get involved in our profession? People don't get involved not because they don't want time freedom and money freedom. They do. Furthermore, nobody's going to say, "No, I don't want an extra $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month. That would be silly." They say no because they can't see themselves doing what you're doing to get them in the business. This is a business of sorting, not selling. So if you're selling, you're doing it wrong. This is not a business of trying to convince people. We do not go around trying to put square pegs in round holes. This is more like being an old-time prospector. We're sifting through the people we contact looking for gold. It's a waste of time and energy trying to convince a rock to change. True? That's hard for some people to wrap their heads around. Once you become a believer in your products, your services, your company's mission, your pay plan, and the impressive real-world results you will see paraded in front of you at every company event and webinar, you'll want others to see it too. It's frustrating when they don't. The natural tendency is to try to convince them. That's a mistake. You simply let them go. Then you contact others, always searching for the ones who are golden. You want the ones who you want. You want the ones who want the products and/or the opportunity you've got. Letting people go who simply aren't interested at this time gets rid of all the stress. It makes it simple. Where do we start? You start with a decision. Let me be clear. I did not say you start with a wish or a hope or even a prayer, although those can all be good things. You start with a decision. That means that you decide that you are serious about generating a significant dependable income with a new home business of your own. You must treat this at least as seriously as whatever else you are doing to support yourself and pay your bills. Please go back and read that previous sentence again, because that is what it will take. Look, if you treat this like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby, and hobbies don't pay, they cost. However, if you treat this like a business, it can pay you like no other business. Because here, unlike most other jobs, you get to do the work once and get paid for it over and over again. One of the biggest advantages of network marketing is the opportunity to receive residual income. You are likely familiar with book or music royalties. Someone writes a book or a song, it continues to sell. That author continues to receive income from something they did in the past. Residual income in network marketing is money you receive from work you did in the past that continues to be paid to you now and in the future. Are you coachable? Network marketing is a unique business. It's not like others. That means you'll need to learn new things. Truthfully, there are only a couple ways you can learn this business. One way is to be fortunate enough to have a caring sponsor or an upline rep who has the right experience that they are willing to share the tricks of the trade with you. Whenever you get a chance to be in front of someone who's a little further ahead of you, be sure to take the time to learn. Ask questions. In the beginning, you will feel awkward, just as with nearly any other thing that's new to you. Always remember, even great experts were once newbies. You're going to be doing things that you're not used to, but over a period of time, what feels awkward will soon feel natural. Things that were hard to do in the beginning will soon become second nature to you. What makes a person become successful sooner rather than later is the willingness to be coachable. Be teachable, be trainable, become a good student. Only then will you gain the skills to become a great producer. Eventually, you will become the coach. Think of it like any professional sport. Earlier, I used the example of golf, a popular game that is simple but is also very nuanced. It is simple, not easy. Even the greatest champion golfers still have coaches or experts who give them tips, pointers, and advice. The best of the best are still coachable. You will need to be coachable too. What will stop you? One of the biggest stumbling blocks most people have is fear. Here's a story one of my mentors told me to make an important point. He asked me if I would jump out of an airplane without a parachute. Of course, I said no. Then he asked if I would do it for $1 million. My immediate response was, "Are you crazy? There's no way I would jump out of an airplane for $1 million because I would be dead." Then he said something I never forgot. It stopped me cold. He told me I was making a decision without all the facts, and that my bad decision could cost me $1 million. Then he asked me, "What if the airplane was on the ground?" In this report, it is my intention to provide you with enough of the right facts to help you reduce or eliminate your fear. These facts can also help you to make good decisions, which will enable you to achieve your goals and enjoy the lifestyle of your dreams. In our profession, one of the biggest fears people have is recruiting. They just don't want to put themselves in the position of approaching people, making presentations, and risking rejection. However, recruiting is the single most important activity necessary to achieve financial success in network marketing. But because of fear, most people will find all sorts of excuses and busy work that makes them appear to be working but doesn't produce significant financial results. Assess your assets. Just as in any traditional business, one of the first tasks is to make a detailed list and consider every possible asset you have that can help you become successful. Some of those are physical assets like money and property. Other assets are your network of contacts and your personality traits. A good thing to know right up front is that very little money is needed to start a home business. You also don't need to buy or lease space because you'll be working from home, or literally any place where you have a Wi-Fi connection. You should take inventory of those personality traits that you feel will serve you best. Are you persistent, reliable, honest, etc.? Making yourself aware of your most positive traits will become important. Everyone faces challenges. Knowing your best traits can help see you through any difficult days. Another thing to consider is your present network of contacts. It's called network marketing for a reason. You've heard it all your life. To become successful, it's not just what you know, it's who you know. So you'll want to start with as complete a list as you can make of people you know. Keep in mind, only about 10 to 15% of them will be interested in your home business. Therefore, it's important to grade the list in order to help you determine who the most likely people will be. The starter kit that comes with your home business usually has forms that will help you to make a thorough inventory of your network of contacts. This is a very important step. Do not treat it lightly or ignore it. Your success or failure will be determined by how well you start. 2 kinds of people. This may sound comical, but that does not stop it from also being true. There are only 2 kinds of people in the world. Number 1, people you know. Number 2, people you don't know. I would add one word to that second category: people you don't know yet. Which category is bigger? Yes, it's meant to be funny, but it's also completely on point. Of course, there are many more people in the world that you don't know. So one of your most important tasks will be to grow your list of the people you know by connecting with people you don't know yet. There are a number of ways to do that. You can use social media sites such as Facebook and LinkedIn. There's some great training out there about the best ways to do that. It may take a while to learn the fine points of using social media. Be aware that your company may have some restrictions about what you can and cannot do when using social media. You can attend local business network meetings. Formal groups of many types exist in nearly every city. You can find them by doing a simple online search. You can become more active with community organizations, i.e. social, political, educational, athletic, and religious groups. Many people enjoy this because it brings you closer to your community. You can advertise. This is a more advanced idea that takes a higher level of skill. This idea is best left to other more experienced people during your early days in business. You may choose to come back to it at a later date. You can buy leads. This is probably the best and fastest way to build your business. The chief advantage of buying leads is that you are able to directly contact people who have stepped up and indicated they have an immediate interest in starting a home business. Buying leads from a reputable source can significantly speed up your progress. Warm versus new market. Your warm market is defined as those people who are in Category 1. They are people you know. It makes all the sense in the world to make your first contacts be among the people you already know. Think of it this way. If you were to open a traditional business, an ice cream parlor for example, who would you tell about it first? As your first step, would you take out expensive ads in local media or hire a printer to design flyers? Or would you tell the people you know who live in the area that you're opening an ice cream shop? Of course, you'd start by telling people you know. Well, the same thing is true here. And like anything else, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about doing it. You'd never want to be put in the position of trying to chase your family and friends, right? But if you were telling them about your ice cream shop, you wouldn't feel that way though, would you? Of course not. It's the same thing here. Your home business starter kit will most likely have some training about the best things to say to help you let your warm market know about your new home business. Your sponsor or an experienced upline rep can also be tremendously helpful to help you with that. Your new market is defined as those people you don't know yet. Depending on how you meet them and how well you know them, will determine the best time and method to let them know about your new business. You certainly want to be sensible about it and not pitch your new contacts as soon as you meet them. Once again, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about this. And as before, your sponsor or experienced upline rep can be helpful to you here. The one area you are most likely to get the best results with the least amount of discomfort is by contacting leads. Leads are simply people who have expressed an interest in getting into a home business and are waiting for someone to contact them with something that appeals to them. This is a very time-efficient method. It's especially beneficial for those who have a very limited amount of time to work on their new business and want to make the most of it. That's because no time is wasted trying to find people who are interested. Interested people are delivered to you. When you work leads, you no longer have to do any prospecting. All your time can be focused on contacting and making presentations to people who are actively looking for a home business. It will ultimately come down to whether or not the leads you've contacted like you and/or the business you present to them. So, learning the best things to say and good techniques to use when delivering your presentation will be important to your success. There is some wonderful training available to teach you all the best scripts and strategies to use when calling leads. Best of all, nearly all of it is free training. This training will not come from the home business you join, but from the company who provides your leads. It's in everybody's best interest that you become good at calling leads. You want to be good at it so you can generate a sizable income. The lead company wants you to be good at it so you buy more leads. But far and away, the most important reason to become good at calling leads is that your prospects want you to be good at it. That's because they want to have confidence in joining someone who has a proven system for success. You'll recall that earlier we talked about hamburger and pizza businesses who had the best systems are the ones who enjoy the most success. Becoming good at contacting leads and then helping your newest recruits do it too is how many people in our profession have become extremely wealthy. A key strategy. As you know from the previous information, contacting your warm market is the most important starting place for everybody. That's because it is people who are in your warm market who will know you and trust you the most. Network marketing is essentially a business where you're building relationships, so it makes perfect sense that you'd want to start with people you already have a relationship with. It's easier to get started with someone who knows you, likes you, and trusts you. As soon as someone joins you in your business, you want to get out of your list and into their list. Let me say that again. When a new recruit joins your business, it's important that they have quick success to help keep their belief and enthusiasm high. You must temporarily stop calling people on your list and help them contact the people on their list. When new recruits join your team, you want to work with them to put together their own warm market list and use your company scripts and training to invite their contacts to take a look at the business. Now, this may come as a surprise to some of you. You do the same thing when you're working leads. That's right. As soon as one of your leads joins your team, you want to help them make and work their own warm market list. In addition to working with your newest recruits, you will still continue to call people on your warm market list, and you will also continue to connect with prospects you bought. You must always endeavor to lead the people by your own good example. This is a critically important point and is one that all the most successful networkers do, and the unsuccessful ones don't. The misunderstood power. Early in this report, in the section labeled The Flip Side, I mentioned something I refer to as a misunderstood power. Now, it's time for me to reveal the misunderstood power behind network marketing that can make it your ultimate financial shortcut to achieving personal wealth. The astounding power of network marketing can be summed up in one word: leverage. The Business Dictionary defines leverage this way: the ability to influence a system or an environment in a way that multiplies the outcome of one's efforts without a corresponding increase in the consumption of resources. In other words, leverage is the advantageous condition of having a relatively small amount of cost yield a relatively high level of returns. Leverage allows you to multiply your results, and it amplifies your power without consuming any more resources or energy. Archimedes, the world's greatest scientist of the classical age, famously said, "Give me a lever and a place to stand, and I will move the world." He was expressing the point that small forces can accomplish huge results when applying the power of leverage, which at least figuratively moves the world. Using a leveraged business plan. There are 3 ways that the concept of leverage applies to network marketing. Number 1, time. Number 2, effort. Number 3, money. Being successful in network marketing is not based on how much work you can do yourself. Instead, it is all about leveraging the time and efforts of your team. Follow me here. Suppose you are working your networking business 20 hours a week by yourself. You are going to be paid on the results you've created during those 20 hours. However, if you have built a team of just 16 members who each are putting 20 hours into their businesses, you can now be paid on the results from those total hours. 16 people times 20 hours equals 320 hours a week. Let's take it just one step further and say you have a team of just 50 members putting in 20 hours a week. Now you can be paid on the efforts and results of 1,000 hours a week. Here's another aspect to it. The key to making money is to focus on the tasks which are directly responsible for generating revenue. 90% of your time needs to be devoted to money-making activities. So if your money-making activities are focused on recruiting, then that's what all your people need to be doing too. This is why having a clear, effective, leveraged game plan works so well. Revenue-generating activities. You must avoid time-wasting activities and focus on revenue-generating activities. Working pre-qualified leads is the very best way to maximize the effectiveness of your own time. This gives you personal time leverage. Suppose your plan is to work your business by contacting between 150 and 300 people a week during the 20 hours you have available. Where would you find that many people to speak to about your business if you didn't have a bona fide source of high-quality leads? Keep in mind that the average warm market list is about 100 to 200 people in total. Currently, there are millions upon millions of people who are actively looking for ways to make extra money working from home on a weekly basis. Wouldn't it be great to tap into this huge resource? A proven business plan is to work pre-qualified leads, where people have responded to online advertising, raised their hands requesting more information, and then answered several questions to qualify their level of interest. Your time can be spent directly reaching out to people who have identified themselves as wanting to make additional money in a home-based business. Now, imagine you had a team of 50 people each working 20 hours a week, and they were contacting between 150 to 300 pre-qualified prospects a week. For the sake of easy arithmetic, let's use 200 leads a week being contacted by 50 reps on your team. That's 10,000 prospects a week that your group is reaching out to, making presentations, and inviting them to look at your business opportunity. Just imagine the kinds of results that could create. Also, when a person joins your business from a highly organized system like that, their view of the world is, that's how to do the business, because it's how they got recruited. Now, imagine your team growing to 100 members all doing the same thing. That's 20,000 prospects a week being contacted. It would be physically impossible for a single person to come anywhere near close to achieving contact rates like that. Understanding the awesome power of leverage means you don't need a big group of people in order to earn a lot of money. You just need a dedicated group of people who are productive because they are working a clear and proven system. The great time wasters. Everybody is looking for a magic bullet. Some think it's social media groups, others think it's building sales funnels. A few want to run ads. There are even some who want to write blogs and use magnetic attraction. In truth, all those things work. It's just a question of how much time, effort, and money you want to put in before you start to see results. You can spend 30, 40, or more hours a week just learning how to do social media marketing. Write blogs, build funnels, run ads, or shoot videos. On top of the time, you also have to pay for the education either, by buying training courses or attending the School of Hard Knocks. Then there's the question of whether or not it's duplicatable. Let's face it, just because you can do it doesn't mean everyone on your team can too. There's no leverage in a business plan that is not duplicatable by the majority of your team members. Look, you can spend your time building systems and doing a lot of prospecting, searching for qualified people. Or you can spend your time making presentations and closing business with leads who came to you pre-qualified. Remember, it's about leverage. Stay focused on money-making activities that are duplicatable. A quick review. Network marketing is a very simple business, but never mistake it for an easy business. There are skills you need to learn that are crucial to your success. Keep in mind that leverage is the most important power in achieving the success you seek. You must understand and employ leverage with your time and efforts. Work and teach clear, proven business systems as we discussed earlier. Once you do that, then your income will be the product of that leverage as it gets multiplied and amplified. Be sure to review this report as many times as you need. People often find they pick up new ideas from rereading reports like this after a day or two. One last thing. People are always looking for a shortcut of some kind. Well, for those who take it seriously, apply the fundamentals and give it just 2 or 3 good years. Network marketing can be your ultimate financial shortcut to achieving wealth and enjoying the lifestyle of your dreams. In conclusion, This report has given you a realistic and detailed overview of what to expect when starting your home business. You now know the most important activities you'll need to engage in. You've been alerted as to the things that cause others to fail. You've gotten a fair and sensible view of what will be expected of you in order to be successful. You can plainly see the list of simple steps to take. There is nothing here that is difficult for a person of at least average abilities, who possesses the above-average desire to improve his or her financial situation. Along with the monetary benefits, you can look forward to gaining many positive personal attributes that make for a happier, more fulfilling, and enjoyable life. We wish you the very best of good fortune. Work hard, treat this seriously, and you too can enjoy a lifestyle that others only dream about.